All right, we're hard pressed for time, but I want to quickly address the Memphis mayor's race. We had a new candidate get in this week. Frank Colvett becomes the first city councilman. He becomes the first Republican and white candidate to enter the race, and that's an issue because I know a lot of the African American community is worried that there's so many black candidates in the race, and you're looking at all of them here, that it might create the avenue or whatever, the path that a white candidate would win, since it's he or she with the most votes is the one who becomes mayor. But as you look at those 6 faces we have there now, Otis, the financial disclosure numbers were released this past week, and it showed Paul Young had the most money raised so far in this mayor's race. Just how do you assess things right now? You can weigh in on that.
Well, when you look at the money, obviously you have to now look at Paul Young. He is still probably one of the least well-known of all the candidates, so I think Tawana and I were talking earlier, he'll have to use that money to certainly introduce himself to the community in a much bigger way. I do think that Colvett getting into the race, you know, people will start looking at this and seeing, you know, what's the likelihood that African Americans will split the vote. That is something that people need to think about. And plus, you know, Willie Harrington was even floating an idea about it earlier this week. So, I mean, this is just going to be a wild race, Richard, no matter what.
Got about 30 seconds, Tawan.
He just said it. This will be a wild race. We don't know where it will land. I did expect Paul to have some money because I think he's from the business community, and I expected for them to raise him a lot of money.
And Sheriff Bonner had a lot too. His numbers were high. As a result, obviously, he had quite a bit of money apparently from his previous campaigns. So but we'll just keep watching, won't we?
Oh, yeah.
Keep commentating. All right. Thanks to you two for being here. We appreciate it, and thanks to you at home as well. We'll see you next week for ABC24 This Week.